Hey, this is Jackson Burnett with Vapor Apparel. Thank you for joining Conde's open house, virtual open house. Really excited to be presenting today and talking about Vapor Apparel. We started Vapor Apparel about 17 years ago, focused on performance apparel, specifically for sublimation printing. So we've developed several fabrics that are core. Our oldest fabric we developed is the basic performance tee. That is a spun poly, which means fabric construction is very similar to cotton. It's a very durable fabric, emulates a ring spun or comb cotton t-shirt. Well, the advantage of that is it is sublimation friendly. Like all of our products, it's made of performance fabrics, so antimicrobial, moisture wicking, and is excellent for printing. We engineer our fabrics so that they will handle the high heat of sublimation printing. One attribute of the basic performance tee that we pioneered was development of colors for sublimation printing. It was long assumed that you could only sublimate on white. We developed sublimation certified colors that accept a wide gamut of four-color process printing, which is very important because not everybody wants a white embellished cotton tee, especially in different markets, in the outdoor retail market, in awards and custom gift. People want variety. So printing a digital image on a white shirt, really there needs to be more options out there. So another product that has really taken fire with the market is our solar performance fabric, which we will be rebranding as Solar Block. This fabric was developed about 10 years ago, and we do a lot of business in the fishing market. We sell to a lot of different brands that sell all over the U.S. And so we developed a fabric that was 50 plus UPF, moisture wicking, antimicrobial. A little bit of difference is that fabric is made with a filament polyester fiber. So the difference in that is it's not quite as durable as our spun poly. It's also got a lighter drape, so it wears a little bit differently. So it's not really for everybody, but a lot of people that wear it, they need that 50 plus UPF for hunting, fishing, boating. We do very well in the resort space, the outdoor retail market. Believe it or not, the fabric does extremely well even as we get into the fall as a base layer item. Another attribute of the Solar Block is that it is approved by the Skin Cancer Foundation. So they have looked at the testing and they've approved it. All the garments in that family are 50 plus UPF. That fabric takes a little bit more care to print. We still engineer it for sublimation, meaning the same technology that goes into the basic performance fabric. We engineer it so that it handles the high heat and the rigors of sublimation. But the difference is that you have to take a little bit more care. So some of the parameters that go into it, I'd like to talk a little bit about the foam kit that we've developed. So the foam kit was designed because initially when we came out with sublimation, with our sublimation apparel, the hot press would cause lines, it would cause creases, and we had to come up with a solution. So as we come up with a solution to make the fabric handle the high heat of sublimation, we also needed something to help it reduce the print defects that, unless you print it perfectly, unavoidable to run into. So our foam kit, basically we sell one roll of fabric, of foam, and it is 13 square feet, I believe, and it's designed so that you can cut it into different sizes depending on the print. So if you do a full-size back print, you can cut it into a 10 by 10. If you're doing a left chest, you might cut it into a 4 by 4. So when you cut this foam, there's some techniques that help optimize what you're doing. The first thing you do is, for example, if you do a left chest, you want to make sure you cut the foam smaller than the print. If the paper is 4 inches by 4 inches, you probably want to cut the foam to 3.5 by 3.5, and then you bevel the edges of the foam so that it creates not a square edge, because anything that has a square edge, that can cause a print defect. So after that, we lay over a Teflon cover, and then there your heat press is set to die sublimate. So you lay your shirt, you get it positioned properly on the press, You make sure that the foam is raised and is positioned correctly for your proper left chest print. You lay down the paper and then press away. So after 30 seconds, you pull the press up. As you can see, there is no press line because basically what you've done, you've not allowed anywhere for the paper and the press to crease the fabric. The foam kit is essential to do this. There are also other parameters. When we started the business, the myth was that you press at 400 degrees, high heat, good pressure so that you get a nice, crisp, clean print. And that is absolutely true for hard substrates. With fabric, it's a little bit more of a finesse game. So at the basic performance tee, we recommend you sublimate about 380, 385. It is true that the higher the temperature, the more the color will pop. But there is a sweet spot that you can get the color, get a nice, rich color without scorching the fabric. So we found that 380, 385 on the basic tee is optimal. On the solar, we back it off to about 370. Now, every press is different, so it's very important that when you calibrate your press, or even daily, when you get your press set up and you get to heat, test your heat press. We have seen presses be off as much as 5 and 10%, so that can really make a difference on your output. And it gets real expensive when you start pressing shirts and things are out of calibration. They can really cost you a lot of money pretty quickly. Another printing technique that I'd like to review is how to print on polos and quarter zips. We came out with the Solar Block Polo about a year and a half ago. The buttons do not like heat. They are made of a polymer, so just like all polymers, as they get hot, they get brittle, it can break off. Same with the quarter zips. We've expanded our line to try to give more options for the fall and the cooler temps. We've come out with quarter zips. Those zippers and clasps, they do not like high heat. So when you're setting your press up, very similar to how you do a left chest, almost exactly how you do the left chest, you prep the foam, you prep the Teflon, and it's very important that when you place the garment that you make sure that the buttons and the zipper are not on the foam, because that will keep them away from the heat. It's recommended but not essential that you put a little piece of Teflon on top of the buttons, being the zipper, and that will protect it from the heat so that you won't get any sheen or any damage to those trims. Here at Vapor Apparel, we're obsessed with outdoors. To us, that means not only having fun with family and friends, hiking, boating, fishing, and more, but it also means taking care of the environment that surrounds us. That's why we created a sustainable line of UPF 50 performance clothing that utilizes recycled water bottles in its fiber. What we previously called the Reprieve Eco Solar, we are rebranding to the Eco Block shirts and hoodies, and we use 100% Reprieve recycled fiber. The long sleeves have 16 water bottles per garment. The hoodies have 17 water bottles, and our short sleeve have 13. We also have a product that is not so much for sublimation, it's a blend. It's our Eco Blend, which uses 5 water bottles per shirt. We do recommend on the lighter colors that you can sublimate, and it provides a vintage print. Will not have a vibrant print, but it's very popular, and we see a lot of that trending in the outdoor retail market. We started working with Reprieve about 10 years ago and played around with different fabrics, which many of you who have been buying through Conde for a while have seen these developments. We feel like we've finally perfected the fabric. Through creating these collections, we have kept 1 million water bottles out of landfills and the oceans. The Eco Blend has a unique trait. It is manufactured in the U.S. We've actually partnered with the Cooper River Bridge Run, which some of you may know. It's the 3rd largest 10K run in the U.S. It was paused last year during COVID, so they are actually running it again this September. And here's a trailer that shows the entire process of how we recapture the water bottles and how it goes all the way through to making a finished garment. Vapor Apparel has kept 1 million water bottles from landfills and oceans. We've been working with a company out of North Carolina, Reprieve, and they make yarn out of recycled water bottles. We make apparel out of that yarn, and so this is the first year that the Bridge Run has started selling apparel with our Reprieve recycled water bottles. The fiber is very similar to regular performance fibers, so they look and feel great. They are approved by the Skin Cancer Foundation for sun protection and permanent moisture wicking, odor control. We're going to be reclaiming water bottles at the run. We will then take those water bottles, move them to a material recovery facility, which is Repower South, located in Berkeley County. And then they will sort through the trash, take the water bottles, palletize them. Reprieve will then take those water bottles, chop them into flake, turn them into pellets, and then extrude them into yarn. We then buy that yarn, we make fabric, we make garments, and then we put them on our website and sell them to the Bridge Run. The Bridge Run is just, it's an awesome event. My kids running it, my whole family runs in it. It's just a great community event for Charleston. And for everybody coming to Charleston for the Bridge Run this year, we wish everybody good luck in getting over the bridge, and look forward to seeing you out there. So now that you've seen where Vapor's been, again, many of you guys have been buying Vapor Apparel for over a decade, and we appreciate your business, and we really appreciate our partnership with Conde Systems. You've seen us evolve from a spun poly basic performance tee fabric into our solar fabric. We've come out with many different developments to help print, and our focus to the sublimation market is been unwavering, and we plan to continue to try to develop new products that will help you guys find new markets and upsell products. So as we continue to grow at Vapor Apparel, we are evolving our business model. We absolutely support the sublimation market and imprintables market. In order to help grow that, we felt the need to rebrand Vapor Apparel. As you guys have seen, those who are current customers, we've changed our logo. We have come out with a direct consumer site. Our hope and what we're hearing in the market is that site is helping our wholesale customers get higher margins, because their customers are going to our site, seeing new products, seeing current products that they are buying at an embellished price for about what we're selling blanks on our site. So we hope that is a good tool, and we will continue to add new products. One area that will continue to grow for us as we work on product development, we'll have new products that aren't currently available to the sublimation wholesale channel. These are developments. We're actually working to see how they work with end consumers, with retailers. The successful items that work in that market, we will probably bring out to the sublimation market with about a 6-month to 2-year lag based on success. One exciting trend that we've been working on for the last year since our rebrand is a focus on women's and youth. Especially for those of you who've been customers for a long time, we've been predominantly unisex men's tops. Some of you have seen the transition into women's leggings, which are not sublimation friendly, but work very well with heat applied transfers. We've come out with board shorts for men. We've expanded our youth line, our toddler line, and our women's we're very excited about. We're coming out with wraps and hoodies and really expanding that women's line. As we've seen on our direct consumer site, 70% of our buyers are female. So although it's very important that we continue to focus on what has been selling in the market, we need to diversify to make sure we take care of those female buyers as well. If you want to see what is currently available to the wholesale channel, go to wholesale.vaporapparel.com. That's where we have all of our products that are for the sublimation market that Conde has available to sell to you. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in to this Conde's virtual open house. If anybody wants to see what's new at Vapor Apparel, please check us out on Instagram. Don't hesitate to check out our website, wholesale.vaporapparel.com. Obviously, you can get information from your Conde sales representative, and look forward to seeing you out there.